everyone. This is the test. Hello everyone. This is not exactly the test. This is the live stream about coding some interesting apps. In this case, we're gonna be coding the Notes app. And well, this is probably my first tech stream right there, so please be considerable. I hope it's gonna go through just fine. I hope it's actually. I hope you can see the stream. Let me double check as if everything is going through. Um, I don't see it live. Not sure if actually stream is going or not. It seems to go through, but okay. Yeah, seems like we are live actually. All right, guys. So today we are going to take a look at the tools that are available to basically build the app. Like in this case, it's Node app, and I think it's quite interesting to try it out ourselves. So to do that, we need a couple of tools. First of all, it's Android Studio. Probably you heard about this. If you haven't heard about this, I definitely recommend you try it out. Basically, this is the best way to build Android applications. If we're talking about native applications, of course, if we're talking about Flutter applications or React Native applications, probably Android Studio. Well, you can still use it for this, for those cases, but Android Studio is probably main goal is building native apps. And also, this is the tool that was released recently. It's called Google Antigravity. And Antigravity is a great tool to generate code using the AI, basically. I've been trying different various apps like Cursor or Wrap or some, for example, this one is how it's called, Warp, sorry, Warp, Warp, and different other UI tools. I even tried building with ChatGPT, and in my opinion, just building with ChatGPT is quite hard because it always loses the context. It's not the best tool out there, but with Google Antigravity, I was actually able to build some interesting stuff. So let's go ahead. So basically I have it downloaded and I have Android Studio installed. So let's start out with launching the Android Studio. Well, here it is. Let's start it out and see. This is the latest version. I have my own project right there, but we're gonna just create new one. By the way, take a look at the latest videos. I've talked about Frida debugging and also bypassing the root detections. So you can just see those videos, latest videos about Android security. Okay, a new project. Let's create. The new project is going to be without any activities. For now, we don't need any activities. We can just use whatever Antigravity will provide us, like the new code. And let's go ahead, press next. The application will be called Notes app, just like that. It's gonna be Dmitry Y. Notes app. We're gonna use Kotlin language for this. I don't want to use Java, so let's go ahead with Kotlin. API is gonna be API 30. I believe it's fine for that. We're gonna use the Kotlin DSL, not the Groovy. We're gonna just use whatever is recommended here. Notes app. Notes app. Let's call it Notes app N. Notes app, and yeah, Notes app, and then I think we're good. Let's press finish, and let's close the previous project out there. We don't need it. So let's wait until it builds it out. It should all work fine. Okay. Still not sure if stream is all good, going through or not. Should be able to see it. Anyway. Okay, guys. Everyone. Hey, guys. So basically, we are building the app. So let's keep going. So we generated the template, just template without any code, which we're gonna use for our Android project. And as you can see here, right now there is no code. So we're gonna generate it using Antigravity. And we don't have right now anything, because if we take a look at the Gradle scripts, it's not gonna say any dependencies right there, just nothing. So we need to generate code and basically add some stuff right there. Let's launch Antigravity for that. And again, this is just the latest and greatest tool. And personally, I really like it. Let's go ahead and open the folder. Notes app n, select folder, trust authors. Let's see. 6 viewers, guys. Please comment out there. What do you think? Any questions you can ask me. So basically, this is what we see in Antigravity. We can type any code right there, and it's gonna go through. The interface is just basically Visual Studio Code. Simple as that. Typical Visual Studio Code interface. Let's go ahead and think about the request that we're gonna send to Antigravity. So this is the Notes app, right? So basically, typical application for taking notes. So let's think about this. UI. UI is gonna be Cyberpunk. I'd like Cyberpunk UI. Then language is gonna be used Kotlin, but we already have Kotlin in the project anyway, so we don't need to specify that. UI, make an app, make a Node app with 3 pages. Actually, 2 pages for now. We're gonna add login page later. 2 pages, list page, and note page. All right. We're gonna use, let's say, use Kotlin. Why not? Use Kotlin for development. Use SQL database for storing nodes. Divide the app logic, typical for MVP approach. Let's say UI Cyberpunk style. Then what else? The main functionality. User is able to type notes. and user is able to, after finishing with the node, user should be able to see the list of nodes, opening the node again. It should opening the node in the list view should open the detail view. So it's gonna be list view, probably detail view. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say the node page. Node page. Okay. What else? I think it's fine. SQL database for storing nodes. Okay, I think it's good enough for now. Let's just use this planning, and we're gonna use the Gemini 3 Pro high model, and let's press send. Let's see. Guys, please be active in the chat. If you have some opinion, strong opinion, let me know. Let's see. 14 viewers. Wow. Nice. So it's generating the plan. Then we're gonna implement this plan, and then we're gonna run this on Emulator. We have Emulator right here, and we're gonna run the app here. Hopefully it's gonna work today. So tasks that the app basically planned. Analyze existing project structure, create implementation plan, add dependencies, room for database, navigation, create MVP classes, base activity, base view, nice, implement node model, implement repository, list page, node page, apply Cyberpunk styling, verify database operations, verify navigation, verify UI styling. Okay, that seems fine to me. Let's see how it's going to be implemented. Still generates the code. You can see all the output right there, like terminal, changes, and artifacts. It's gonna take some time, but I think we can see in source that stuff is generated right there. Main, well, not yet. We need to press the proceed button once it generates all the stuff. Hi, hello. I can see somebody in the chat. That's good. That's a good sign. Okay, so yes, so propose changes. Add room database dependencies, add routine support. Nice, node KT, bunch of classes here. Colors XML, of course, is gonna basically create the color styling, themes, and all that. Automated tests. I will run the app to build a build to ensure no compilation errors. Typically, there's still some errors there, but let's hope it's gonna work. Let's press proceed, and let's see what happens. I hope it's gonna actually generate the code because it worked before. Let's see. Yeah, example terminal test. This is not just a test. Yes, so it's working on generating the code. Okay, guys. So far, so good. This is just my first experience making a tech live stream. I'm a bit worried because, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I hope it's actually going through. And if you like the video, if you actually enjoy it, if you comment, if you press the like button, and if you communicate with me, I think I'm just gonna proceed with that and make more streams because this is just the sample stream. Before I used to be making some travel streams, but no, guys, this is not something I'm interested in. Okay, so we can see that still nothing is generated, but it's doing stuff. Oh, it's so far I just added the build Gradle files. Yeah, let's accept changes. Yes, implementation plan. I like the fact that now actually all those AI generating tools are working fine with the context. It actually understands the context of the application. Because before it used to be always forgetting like what are we generating, and once you give any further queries, once you give some commands, it typically generates something else and just breaks the previous files. Okay, so it created node KT app database, bunch of classes for the app logic. Let's see how it works. Okay, all right. Okay, it uses some tokens there, so it might run out of the tokens if you use it continuously, because the free plan is not exactly free, because it used Gemini to generate all that stuff. So actually, like after like 50 queries, I believe, it might just stop working and say, okay, you need to uh, wait some time until those tokens are available again. But for now, I think we're good. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, we have this stuff actually divided into multiple folders. UI, like base, list, notes application. Yeah, let's accept those changes. Accept changes. Uh, yeah, basically a bunch of stuff. Accept all. It's all reviewed. Yeah, it's actually quite good. Updating nodes, inserting nodes. There's some logic there. Uh, I believe that it actually, yeah, I don't like the fact that it uses the XML. We need to actually use Jetpack Compose, like a new UI approach, rather than this one. But I guess for now it's okay. I'm probably gonna ask to rewrite this kind of stuff later on, but still, just text views, linear layout. It's quite simple for now. And this is exactly what kind of app we're generating, just a note app. But guys, actually it's quite powerful, and I see many people are doing this kind of stuff, actually building production ready applications and applying those to stores, which is kind of insane to me that you can have all this kind of tools in your hands and create apps easily. I'm not talking about those kind of simple apps. I'm talking about more detailed, more professional apps. And actually, there's so much tools that we have right now compared to what we had like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, you tried it all by yourself or buy some templates. So, yeah, things are changing now. Things are changing. Yeah, once again, hey guys, hopefully it's interesting to see this live stream. For now, we're just generating the code, we're just creating stuff for our note-taking application. Um, but yeah, I believe I believe in a few years, hopefully, that programmers will still be needed, but it will be more about architectural roles, like creating the architecture for the application and basically applying it all together rather than just writing the code. Because I feel like we are really seeing the future. Changes are so rapid that I'm confused what to say. But there are still some people who say that no, this kind of programming approaches will never be working because well, programmers will always be needed, juniors will be needed, but we can see that code is no longer the magic. Basically, we're creating the tools. We how to say, so much tools available to bypass all this kind of restrictions, in the sense that you need some education, needs a bunch of uh, computer science degrees and all that. Now it's all changing. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna close a few of those files. Yeah, it's actually a bunch of code. Notes adapter, notes presenter. Ugh. Layout is simple, but it still should be working fine for our purposes. Defining colors, themes. Okay, so basically just updating layouts, reviewing the code. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna build well. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have some problems when we're gonna run it, because this is how it works. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. It could be confused. It could be applying some weird, strange changes, but who knows? Uh, okay, so announcing the completion task. Yes. Oh, okay. I've completed the Cyberpunk Node app. It includes list page, node page, room, database storage, and custom Cyberpunk design. You can review the walkthrough. Yeah, and if we open it, we can just see this file. So we have MVP architecture, a node page, list page, Cyberpunk styling, and all that stuff. UI logic. Yes, it says all correct launches, but who knows? Let's see actually how it works. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we have Android Studio right now, and of course we need to sync our Gradle. We need to sync with all the changes to see how it actually works, because we need to make sure that stuff is actually working. Because, well, yeah. And Gemini and all that stuff is actually integrated right into the Android Studio as well as of now, so we're gonna see much more integrations. Uh, but you can actually apply those changes right from the Android Studio as well, because if you see here, let's say notes application, yeah, typically when you say it says you can use this one, transform selected code. Basically some automation is already built right there, yeah, some AI stuff. So guys, seems like we should be able to run the app. Let's actually do that. So this is the emulator, and of course, as you know, if you type ADB devices, we should see this emulator running, as you can see right there. Let's start the app and see how it works. Okay, so we're gonna pick the rooted Pixel 8, which is this device right there, app module, and let's press play to see how it works. So it's building, it's compiling, and hopefully we should see the app running right there, or not, we'll see. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. No, of course, yeah, of course there are some issues, and as you can see, most likely this is some uh, mm, resources, resource color, and that kind of stuff. So resource linking failed, and we can figure out this kind of stuff by ourselves, or we can just basically copy paste this task to Antigravity and just ask ask it to debug. We're gonna just do that, and we're gonna basically tell fix compilation errors. Fix compilation errors. Okay, let's see. I mean, should be simple as that. Typically, let's actually see what's going on here. Drawable, layout, XML, values, yeah, colors. Should be something not right there. User report compilation errors, checking for values. Yeah, so basically it just analyzes resources and hopefully it's gonna figure out something. How are you guys? Hopefully it's fun and interesting for you to see this kind of approach of developing the apps. Pardon me for any confusions because this is the first stream for me, the first tech stream for me. And yeah, accept those changes. It says it's fixed. Let's actually go back to Android Studio and see. And let's launch it once again. This time I believe it's actually going through faster and maybe it's gonna work. Yes, schema export directory wasn't provided. Well, this is the warning. This is not the compilation error. This time I believe it's actually working. Yeah. Okay. So we see the list. First error right here. As a test engineer, of course, I should point out that it should say there are no nodes found. Add the first node, but we're gonna press the button. Okay, title, my first node. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Of course, we also need to add timestamps. We need to add some deletion. Well, maybe it's actually add deletion stuff. Let's see. The keyboard should never overlap the save button like that. It should just save button should pump here or should be there. So yeah, we need to move stuff around. Okay, my first node. And if I open here, yeah, it's actually delete. The delete button is right there, so we can delete the node. Yeah, let's actually add the second node. Second node. And as you can see, guys, this is all done in basically it's all done in one or two queries, which is insane. It's done. It's working. Probably we should add some swipes here, but otherwise it's quite good. What do you guys think? Is it interesting that we can build stuff like that so easily? Okay, next thing. Let's apply some changes here. Well, first of all, what I want to do, I want to add timestamps next to all the nodes. Add timestamps next to all the nodes. Yeah, for now it's like that. Yeah, when user edits the node, it should update the timestamp. Let's go like this. Okay, 65 views. Nice, nice. I'm actually enjoying that you guys watching this stream. I'm planning to do more stuff. Pardon for any confusion once again, because this is just the start. So UI layer, add text item. I don't like that it's using the XML layout. I want to use Jetpack Compose. And we're probably going to implement that as a next step. Okay, proceed. Timestamp the nodes and update when node is edited. Okay, proceed. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we need to file with changes, accept, and timestamp. Still thinking. Okay, stuff is going through. Accept nodes adapter. It changed. Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay, so it's all done. Let's go back to Android Studio. Let's relaunch the app. So now it's actually gonna have this timestamp. It actually has that. Second node, third node. Okay, a new node. All right, let's save it. I like it so far, actually. As you can see, it's all nice. Uh, we are going to do what? Okay, what else? Let's say implement a zero state with a nice with I don't know, a zero state saying at the first node when there are no nodes available. Make it look nice. Let's see how it works. Let's see. So far we have stuff like that. Any logs, actually, adb logcat. Let's see. Whoa. So it's not going to be useful. We need to add some login here. Yeah. We need to add the back button, by the way. Without the back button, it's not that good. Let's proceed. Guys, if you are watching this, please write something in the chat. I would love to hear any notes that you have. Okay, so it's updating activity with empty state view, and we're gonna see. Okay, implement it. Let's check this out. Let's restart it and see. So we need to delete all the nodes. Delete, and then delete this node. At the front, it's not exactly the nice screen, but it's working. What can I say? Test 1, 2, 3. Next, let's so I have timestamp, we have title, we have the node. Then let's add the back button. Let's add the back button here. So let's say for the node details view, add a back button to the top left. It should save the changes on navigating back. All right, let's do that. And you know what, guys? This is all done free of charge because you can just install Antigravity and use that. Simple as that. You have so much tools available that you can build production ready application, I believe, in like a couple of days, which is interesting when we realize that there could be some potential security issues, especially if we're talking about some backend related stuff, because UI wise, front end wise, it's all good, right? There should be no interaction with the server. But in this case, if we have some server interaction, there might be some security issues. And well, even in case of front end, right? It could be requesting some user permissions that it should not ask for. So you should actually realize what your app is doing exactly, not just simply blindly applying all those changes, because who knows. Okay, so and the back button, let's see now. So let's relaunch the app, and we have problems. So failed to parse XML file. activity node detail execution file. So this is for the uh, activity node detail. Node detail activity. Here, because there should be could be some imports missing, stuff like that. Like, no, it's for XML file. Okay, okay. Yeah, here. Failed to parse. Basically, some error here. And if we take a look at the code, what's happening? I don't see any errors in the code. I don't see that. Actually, by the way, this is not the right way to implement all the stuff, because as you can see, edit title, edit text, no, linear layout, and then some tags are missing, like linear layout. Yeah, seems like linear layout tag is missing. Let's see if it actually works. Maybe just a simple error. Yeah, could be. Yeah, it was just a closing tag for a linear layout missing. What else? Okay, so we can just go there. I can press the back button and it all works exactly as it should. Now, I don't like the fact that we are using the XML files here. I don't like that fact. This is not the best approach. As you can see, it's nice that we can see the design, the UI like this, but this is not the best approach. We should actually ask Antigravity to port it all to Jetpack Compose. Port UI to Jetpack Compose instead of XML layout. It should all work the same. Do not change the app logic. Okay. Let's see, guys. Let's see how it works. Okay. Okay. All right. Guys, if you have any questions, please ask. We are going to go through and apply more changes. Maybe we are going to add the tests as well, because, well, what's the app without the tests? It's nothing. It's not that great. Who knows? Anything might break. Okay, review requested, implementation plan. It's gonna see delete XML layouts. It's all good. Enable compose build feature. Of course, it's gonna add some dependencies, and probably it's gonna fail because some dependencies are going to fail. Who knows? And in case if tokens are, in case if we don't have enough tokens, we're just gonna flip the switch to some other model. Let's say Cloud Sonnet 4.5 or something like that. Let's see. Okay, so build Gradle is gonna apply some changes there. It's gonna add more stuff. Yeah, accept all. Yeah, as you can see, guys, there should be some dependencies added, like jetpack. Well, room dependency is the same one. No, either way, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. As you can see, it's quite powerful, I would say. Of course, we're not using much libraries here, because if we're working, for example, with the images library, we're going to use dependencies like Picasso, for example, or OKHTTP if we are working with the network requests. But in this case, we're not using all this stuff. We're just going through blindly, I would say, using just the front end, stuff like that. So let's see. Apply. It's going to delete all this layout stuff. Accept. And of course, guys, we're not working here with the API keys because the most common security leak is basically seeing the API keys right in the code, but it's not the case here. Okay, successfully ported. It actually asked me for some permissions, but then it just went through. What exactly is it waiting for? By the way, if you have uh, any ideas, any changes for those steps, you can basically press here command on this line, and it's gonna apply those changes as well. So this is like this. Oh, thank you for the command. Latest command, actually, really useful for me. Okay. I enjoy those commands when people without faces, when people without any content are making comments about my code or my style or anything actually. It's actually so funny. Um, I believe there was some step that I need to, yeah. Uh, what exactly? Wait, so basically, I successfully ported the application Jetpack Compose. Um, mm, let's see if it actually works or not. Sync now. We need to sync all the stuff because I believe this is still doing something here. Because it's still performing some changes, but what kind of changes? It's still I don't know what's happening. Okay. Yeah, basically downloads a bunch of stuff, bunch of modules like Compose, bunch of Compose UI stuff. Yeah, of course. Um, let's see. Activity Compose, runtime, lots of stuff. What exactly is it waiting for? I don't get it. Anyway, build successful. Okay, let's try it out. Starting is required when Compose is enabled. Yeah, we need to ask implement this. Let's stop this. Implement compilation error. Add this. Let's see. I especially like the comments of I would say senior developers that are completely denying the fact that soon building apps will be like this, something like this. So it's gonna be not much code. It's gonna be more about prompts, queries, modifying the code that we have, learning from mistakes, of course, because of course, if you fixing all this stuff over and over again, you're gonna learn something. So it's gonna be different. But if you stop learning, of course, it's also gonna do something to you. Basically, if you're a senior developer and you stop learning, uh, it's actually a bad thing. Okay, I've read this. Okay, this is basically just plugin to build Gradle KTS. Okay, let's see. Sync now, of course, since we have a new dependency. Now I hope it works. As you can see, notes adapter. Yeah, find view by ID. Yes, so bunch of stuff downloading. Theme. If you don't like this cyberpunk style, of course, you can specify the material style or whatever you want. It's all up to your imagination. You can also ask to generate images, buttons, and all the stuff. But I would say that those images are using too much tokens, too much. Basically, it's pricey. It's pricey. So you should actually think twice before asking to generate images. So let's start the app, and hopefully it's not gonna be all the same, but with Jetpack Compose UI. Jetpack Compose UI. So let's see. I actually like those kind of apps that I'm building myself. For example, recently I built the file manager for myself. Okay, unresolved reference color as Gemini. So in this theme again, just theme KT, color black, maybe. Yeah, it needs to add some imports. Uh, no, nope, I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, yeah, now just import. Okay, we're gonna import the, so it should be either Android Compose UI graphics. Uh, maybe it's like this. Uh, I'm not sure. Let's just ask to fix this because there are multiple imports that we can insert. Let's just ask the app to fix this compilation error. Okay, guys, please let me know. What do you think? um, if you like the video, please subscribe as well because there'll be more content. And I'm learning as I go because, of course, I'm doing some mistakes. This is unavoidable. Yeah, that missing the import Android Compose UI graphics. It's interesting because I did the same thing. So this should work. Yeah, graphics color. Some warnings here, but it's fine. A launching device. Install successful. Yes, it even preserved the data because we have SQL database and the data is preserved. So this is like this. Okay, good. Let's stop the app. Let's think more about tests. Let's add the Jetpack. Let's actually think through tests. Add UI tests using Jetpack Compose UI. Those tests will include creating a new node, opening, observing that it's visible in the list view, opening that node again, pressing the back button, implement it using I would say page object concept, typical for UI tests, and that's it. Let's do this. This is basically what typical test engineer will work on, and it's gonna take, let's say, a couple hours to create this kind of framework, or even more. But here it's gonna take probably just a few minutes. Okay, guys, don't forget about chat. Let me know what do you think, or what kind of app do you want to create, do you want to implement, develop? Because most of us have some kind of dreams to create some application that's gonna have some specific features that we're gonna use. So let me know, what do you think? Maybe you want to create something unique, or not unique. Maybe you want to rework some other application, who knows? And of course you cannot detail everything if you don't want to. Just what kind of ideas do you have, or do you have such ideas or not? Or you're just, because for me, you see, I think the main point is that most of the apps right now are using the subscription model, and subscription model is actually not good, in my opinion, because it's not that great. Uh, it forces you to sign to subscriptions, yearly subscriptions sometimes, for no specific reason, and it could be some simple app, as node creator, or I don't know, weather, or converter, like currency converter. It's crazy. I don't like this. And I believe that the ability to create your own apps is something that allows you to bypass that kind of stuff. So tests, okay, example unit, no, we have no unit tests. We have UI tests. Okay, this is just implementation plan. I have not added this. Okay, so yeah, add Jetpack Compose UI in Unit 4, and then okay, test tags. Nice. So it's gonna add all the test tags, like all those locators, all the items, and it's gonna have those assert node visible, click node, click add node, and yes. So it's gonna modify some of our existing functionality to allow actually getting those values, getting those clicks from those methods, from those test methods. Let's go ahead and implement all that. So, I mean, I love that creating tests is no longer a big deal. You can always create something for your app, for existing app. Let's see. Accept all. And lovely, lovely, lovely. I just like this idea, guys. I don't know. What about you? I like the idea that I can have all this power in my hands, and I no longer need to think. I no longer need to think too much about the code. Okay, so test, example unit test, accept all, run command. As you can see, it actually asks you for the permissions to run those commands. As you can see, I believe it's actually, yeah, it's actually running those tests. No, a Gradle connected. Yeah, I believe it's actually running those. No. Gradle view connected Android test. It's actually doing some Gradle stuff right there. So it's building Gradle connected Android test. So it might. Let's see. Let's see. Test. Android test, as you can see, yeah. Example instrumental test, of course. This is just, we can delete this kind of stuff. UI tests. So now we have node app test. Yeah, basically we have a list page, guys, and this is the typical page object concept. So we have main test page, which is this one. It basically references to other classes which have those implementation there, which means it's gonna it's all about node detail page. So this class knows exactly about node detail page, and this class knows exactly about node list page. And here basically we are doing all those actions. We are saying add a new node. This is this node content. So enter title, enter content. So it already figured out that I need to do this kind of stuff. And assert node visible, basically asserts. Then it asserts title as well. And yeah, it's going. No, I need to press that. Yeah, so it's all implemented. We can now try it. Of course, we need to again sync Gradle because we have added new modules for testing. Yeah, if so, chats in chat, uh, who's actually freshly went is saying that I want to watch this from the beginning. And yeah, you can actually watch from the beginning because we're doing some interesting stuff. We are building an application here, which is nice. Lovely. Okay, build successful, and we have rooted device, rooted pixel 8 here, and we can run tests. Of course, we need to either add this configuration there because we have right now only app configuration. App configuration means you're gonna just launch the app, but we need the test. So we need to navigate to Android test and UI, and we're just gonna go to Notes app test. As you can see, guys, we have this green button right there, which means we can run the test. And we can either press this green button right there to run space. So basically, this is just only one test, which is not ideal. It should be multiple different tests, but of course, it's just it should be for another video how we are modifying those tests. Yeah, should work. Let's see. I'm gonna press on this Notes app test, run the test. Let's see. As you can see, it says test results, and it's gonna show either succeeded, passed, or failed. Let's see how it works. Let's see. A bunch of compilations going through, and it should be quite fast. So stay tuned, just take a look here. Once it finishes building, we're gonna see it's launching. Okay, launching, adding node, test content, then basically, yeah, it just goes back. I believe it's not ideal because it could actually delete the node after it's edited, add more nodes, and we can specify all those tests right there. But yeah, as I see details page, click back, assert node visible. Everything is going through, everything is fine actually. As you can see, well, what else we can do? So we can flip the switch back to app, and let's see what else can we implement to our notes app. Let's see. Add the first node, and then press plus button. Nice, nice. So, okay, it's actually good that it doesn't perform any edge cases. For example, if you press plus button and then we go back, it does not create an empty node, which I actually love about this. Yeah, so nice, nice, nice. I would say, guys, let's do this. Let's at least try because it's quite complex. If you swipe, for example, on a node, if you swipe from right to left, it should show the trash button, and then pressing on it, you can actually remove the node. Let's actually think through. UI swiping right to left should bring the trash button, which will pressing on it should remove the node. Yeah. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see how it actually works. Thanks, I actually like those commands. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing some interesting stuff right here, figuring out. Antigravity, I believe it's a really hot tool. Of course, there are many more tools available. You can try it out. And do not hesitate to switch between different tools because Android Studio, Antigravity, Cursor, there are many tools available. You can even run the Olama locally on your machine. Yeah, by the way, uh, like Olama, you can run it locally and have some what else? Programming, I believe. Start coder, code generation model, training. Yeah, basically you can use any models from Olama let's say, to build it all locally, because some people don't really like having this all in cloud using the other tools. It's probably not that convenient, but you can always integrate. You can always integrate those kind of stuff to your VS Code, let's say, because what is anti-gravity? It's just the VS Code stuff, basically, for the most part. Um, okay, I created a plan to implement. Okay, let's see what kind of plan. Swipe to delete implementation. I like it actually creates implementation plan for all the features, all the changes. Lovely, lovely. Implement swipe and delete functionality notes using Jetpack Compose. Yeah. Launch tab, swipe and overlap. Okay, let's proceed. Um, I have not much hopes for this because it's quite a complex logic, but let's see. Maybe it actually works fine. Maybe it's working fine for that case, for that matter. Okay, guys. Yeah. Um, I love that you are commenting already, that you are trying to communicate, which is great. Uh, I'm a bit confused when I'm doing multiple stuff and I'm just doing some code, doing some queries, prompts, and then launching it and then communicating. So sorry for that, but in the next live stream, we're gonna be talking more in details about that kind of stuff. Uh, Maybe I'm gonna do some 5-hour stream where we develop the app from scratch and more complex app, because I already have experience creating .NET apps, creating some other apps. Um, yeah, implemented swipe to delete, and I actually have outdated knowledge of Android development because back in 2015 I had the Android developer nano degree, but it was all about building like 15 simple apps, and those apps were not that complex by today's standards, I would say. But of course, it was quite interesting. I actually like this experience. Not advertisement, nothing. I do not recommend paying this kind of money for going through those courses. I recommend doing all the stuff yourself, probably from scratch, and then using AI tools to make it better, I guess. Okay, so it's implemented. Let's see how it works. Back to Android Studio. We don't need to sync anything. Let's just press the button. And let's see. Yeah, unresolved reference. Swipe to dismiss a bunch of stuff it didn't implement. Uh, yeah, let's just point it out here. Again, maybe some uh, imports. No. Yeah, it probably need to import some stuff here because I see all this relates to those methods. Those methods are not used here. So yeah, let's actually ask anti-gravity to compilation errors. Fix those. Okay. I would say, in case if you run into those errors, you have multiple ways of resolving it. First of all, of course, using the anti-gravity and different models. You need to switch between like Sonnet is good, uh, basically between Sonnet and Gemini 3 Pro, or use ChatGPT to ask for specific questions like in the code. You can use it like this. Yeah, basically multiple ways. We have so many AI tools, and you can ask those. Stack Overflow is not going to help much those days. I would say it's outdated. Back then, of course, like 10 years ago, you need to go to Stack Overflow, copy paste some strange code, update it. It was not that good. Probably you remember those days. Of course, if we talk about like 20 years ago when the .NET Visual Basic was still around. Well, Visual Basic was not that popular 20 years ago, but still, I remember creating some school projects using VB 6.0. It was fun, but not good. Okay, so it's fixing the stuff. let's see once it's finished. Uh, yeah, basically we have tests, we have app working. We just need to add additional features, and probably this is going to be the last feature for this stream because, well, the point was just developing a simple application, nothing more than that for now. Of course, later we're gonna do some more stuff. Okay, so I fixed the, let's see if it works. Um, just say it's missing. Hmm, now it's good. Yeah, basically. What's wrong? Yeah, sometimes just use some imports here. Some small issues there and there could be possible. Let's see. Let's see. Mhm. Most common problem, of course, the imports. The app typically forgets about those imports, and if we're talking about the web app, of course, in the case of web apps, mm, it's quite easy. But when we talk about the Android apps or iOS apps, it's typically forgetting some stuff. Launching device. Okay, it's there. Let's create a node. Test. Test node. Yeah, we should also have a save button probably here. Need to refine the stuff because collapsing keyboard every time is not that good. So, well, yeah, of course there should be some kind of confirmation when you do that, but I like it. I like it. So this is how it works, guys. A simple app in like an hour that we spent on building it. We created the exact project structure that we wanted using the Jetpack Compose. Of course, we can implement more stuff here, but this is just out of scope of this project. We're gonna do more streams, building building more interesting stuff, I would say. But for the fact, for this stream, I think this is good enough. AI made things a lot easier now. Yeah, I agree, totally agree with you, and I just love the fact that we have those kind of tools. And I disagree with people who say that no, AI is not gonna change much. It's not gonna make everything easier. No, I think it's gonna change everything. So thank you guys for watching. Pardon me for some confusions. My brain sometimes got derailed. It's fine. This is the first test stream. I hope you're gonna try out those tools for yourself. Maybe you're gonna build something amazing. If you do, please share with me in the comments down below. Uh, yeah, see you soon. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.